I wrote Adam's song because I was reading a magazine where some teenage kid had killed himself and left a letter for his family. It's about how kids feel hopeless and like there's no other way out. But they're wrong. There's always something better on the other side of whatever you're going through. Now, tragically, there was a teenage suicide linked to Adam's song. In the year 2000, the same year Adam's song was released as a single, a 17-year-old boy named Greg Barnes committed suicide to this song. He hung himself in his garage while Adam's song was playing on repeat in the background. He was a student at Columbine High School in Colorado. Tragically, one of Greg's best friends was murdered during the Columbine shooting the year before in 1999. In 2001, Mark Hoppus said the following: "I was actually out shopping and management called me up and told me the story of what happened. And I was like, but that's an anti-suicide song. It felt awful. I mean, the things that the kid had to go through in his life were very saddening. And then to end it that way was really depressing. But Adam's song, the heart of the song is about having hard times in your life, being depressed and going through a difficult period, but then finding the strength to go on and finding a better place at the other side of that." During the same interview, Tom DeLonge added the following: "It affected us really strongly because that song was a song of hope. When we were writing it, we knew specifically that we did not want kids to think it was something that we thought was cool or rad. We didn't endorse it in any way." It's a very sad story. I can only hope that Greg Barnes' family has found peace and that Greg is in a better place. If you're struggling with suicide or suicidal thoughts, know that there is another way and that you do have the strength to get through whatever it is you're going through. Rest in peace, Greg Barnes. In Mark Hoppus' words, Adam's song is an anti-suicide song. It's meant to give the listener hope that there are better times ahead. Specifically, if you listen to the lyrics during the chorus at the end of the song, Mark is singing about how things will get better. Tomorrow holds such better days, days when I can still feel alive. That's one of the interesting things about the structure of this song, by the way. Some of the lyrics in the chorus change at the end of the song. The chorus is sang 3 times in Adam's song. The first 2 renditions of the chorus are sung in the past tense, signifying how the good times in life are over. The final rendition of the chorus, however, is sung mostly in the present and future tense, signifying how there is hope for the future. As mentioned, Mark Hoppus came up with Adam's song while the band was on tour for Dude Ranch. At this point in time in the band's history, Mark Hoppus was single, whereas Tom DeLonge and Scott Raynor, the band's original drummer, had girlfriends. When the band would finish touring and go back home to San Diego, Tom and Scott both had girlfriends to return home to, while Mark didn't. This sense of loneliness Mark Hoppus felt also served as one of the inspirations behind the song. He recalled the following to MTV: "When you're on tour, you're so lonely. You hang out with all your bros and it's a great time and everything, but everybody wants to come home and have a girlfriend. And every time we'd fly home, Tom and Scott always had girlfriends waiting for them at the airport, and I didn't. It's about me being depressed and lonely out on tour, and not really having anything to come home to. People have all kinds of stuff that goes on, but whatever your personal demons are, find the strength to fight them and realize that there are better things ahead." I remember the day I played Adam's song for Tom and Travis, and they were like, "Wow, that's a pretty heavy song. It's really good." There was never even a question of whether or not to put it on the record, or was that a real Blink song, or was that the right direction for us to go. Whatever song we write, if it's a good song, we'll put it on the record. We just write songs and we put them on the record if we think they're decent songs. If we wanted to write a whole record of serious introspective songs, we would. And if we wanted to write a record of all fart joke songs, we'd totally do that as well. Adam's song was one of the last tracks the band recorded for Enema. As a matter of fact, it was almost left off the record, which makes it all the more interesting that it ended up getting released as a single. Musically, one of the things that stands out about Adam's song is the use of a piano. The piano was performed by Roger Joseph Manning Jr., a well-respected California-based session musician. The inclusion of a piano on the track was not something that was planned out long before the song was recorded. According to Mark Hoppus, it's an idea which just happened. "We just recorded it all with drums, guitar, bass, and vocals. And then we realized, well, this part here could sound rad if we put a piano in here. So we tried it out, and it sounded rad." Adam's song features Mark Hoppus on lead vocals, and according to him, the majority of the vocals were done in one take. As mentioned, the song deals with the themes of depression, loneliness, and suicide, which are 3 themes another band from the 90s dealt with as well. The band I'm referring to is Nirvana. One of the interesting things about Adam's song is that the lyrics to the song contain a Nirvana reference. "Come As You Are" is one of Nirvana's biggest songs. The following lyrics are from Come As You Are: "Take your time, hurry up. Choice is yours, don't be late." In Adam's song, during the first verse, Mark Hoppus sings the following: "I took my time, I hurried up, the choice was mine, I didn't think enough." As discussed, Adam's Song was released as a single on March 14, 2000. Though initially it wasn't as big of a hit as some of Blink-182's other tracks, over time it has become one of the band's biggest songs.